You know, everybody makes mistakes, and when you're starting a business, it's bound to happen. But let's talk about how you can avoid 5 specific mistakes when starting your online business, whether you're just getting started or you're running one already. These are the kind of things I really wish I had a mentor when I first started to help me avoid. So let's get started. Mistake number 1 that I see new online entrepreneurs make is picking the wrong business. And a lot of times this is because many people go into it just thinking of the money. But if you look at any high producing, well-known entrepreneurs out there, you'll notice that they didn't just pick things for the money. So then if you shouldn't pick it for the money, what should you be keeping into account when you pick your online business? And what I would suggest is picking businesses that complement your strengths. Don't go trying to chase trends unless those trends complement your strengths, because it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of determination to build up momentum in the early days of your business. And if you're doing something that you're not really passionate about, and you're not really it's not really your strong points, you're really going to struggle and most likely going to give up and quit. So it may be a good practice to take out a sheet of paper if you're just getting started and write down a list of your strengths and weaknesses. And then from your strengths column, start to pick out maybe the top 3 or 5 and look to see what could you possibly make a business out of. Mistake number 2, trying to make the perfect plan. So many people get caught up in trying to have the exact perfect plan laid out, how it's going to go in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now, detail by detail. Now, it's good to make a plan, but just know that nothing is really going to go according to the way you think it is. No matter how well you lay your plans, things are going to pop up. Things are going to go left when you wanted them to go right. And you're going to have to be flexible enough to compensate for this. And just trying to come up with the perfect plan before you get started and procrastinating and wasting time, it doesn't really work. There's never a perfect plan, and there'll never be a perfect time to start. So just start. You'll figure it out along the way. Things have a way of working themselves out. Mistake number 3, and that's trying to do things alone. I keep seeing this happen, and I fell prey to this when I first started my business. And that's trying to do everything yourself, from making the logo, making and editing your YouTube videos, creating your social media, your branding, trying to learn all of these skills that really may not even be your strong point, or may take you ages to figure out, when there are alternatives that you can use by instead of asking how, turn the question on its head and ask who. So if I'm not good at something, say for example, I needed a logo made, instead of trying to figure out how to use Photoshop and trying to come up with design and learning digital design, and it taking me 6 to 9 months before I have this perfect logo that it doesn't really make a difference in the beginning of your online business, at least not as much as most beginners really think it does. You could simply go on to sites like Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com and find people that would literally make you a logo, top quality, really nice, and for like $5 to $20. So you have to ask yourself, is $5 or $20 worth months and weeks of my time trying to figure out how to make this on my own? Now, it's good to stick to a budget, but at the same time, you can get money back, but your time never comes back. That's a limited resource. It never replenishes. And also investing in mentors instead of trying to figure everything out yourself, because I know in this day and age, you can pretty much go on YouTube and Google and find out pretty much anything free of charge. So again, that time factor comes into play, because you could do it, but how long would it take? Who knows how long you spend trying to answer a simple question that, it ends up being simple, but it may be complex to you at the moment, and you spend hours and hours and hours researching on YouTube, researching on Google. You could have sought a mentor or a coach or advice from someone who's already been there and done that, and they can have all your answers, all of these things in a tried, true, and step-by-step form that could save you so much time, so much effort, and a lot of money in foolish mistakes. If I could go back and give myself a piece of advice, it would be to invest in a mentor and good quality training a lot sooner, a lot earlier on in my entrepreneurial journey. The next mistake that you must avoid is jumping into partnerships prematurely. And I get it. It's because entrepreneurship can be lonely. A lot of times when we step out to do things that most people in our social circle and our family haven't done or haven't seen done, it can be kind of alienating. It can be kind of scary. And you'll get sometimes people meaning well, but they'll be trying to discourage you from your dreams, having you play the safe route. Wouldn't you rather just keep a safe 9 to 5 where you have a steady, sure paycheck than trying this fly-by-night business online thing, this online business thing? So you may have gone to a workshop over the weekend and you really connected with this person that seems to be of like mind, and you're like, oh, this is amazing, somebody that finally gets me, this person is perfect, we need to be a partner, we need to do partnership. Or you're trying to build your website and you come across this coder and you're like, hey, you're pretty much jumping into bed with this person, and you're like, hey, I'll give you shares of my company and all these things if you code the website and I do all these things. Stop. Partnerships should be considered on the level of seriousness as like a marriage. Because in some cases, you're going to spend more time with your partner than you are with your spouse. So a good way to gauge whether or not you should be making a partnership with someone is to start on a small project with them first. See how that goes, because a lot of times when problems arise, and problems will arise when starting your online business, that's when the arguments start. That's when the disagreements happen. And if you don't have really good legal paperwork, and even if you do, a lot of times this could make or break your business. So don't just jump into partnerships for the sake of having someone there with you, having someone working with it, or just not to be lonely. I know how it is. And finally, mistake number 5, and this may be a bit controversial, but starting a product. Now, the reason I say this is because starting with a product when you're just starting out, it has a many different pitfalls that can happen. I see a lot of people end up investing in products. They buy up a whole bunch of inventory. Not only is this a huge financial commitment up front before you've actually tested out your concept, tested out your ideas, and different things like that, but they end up with like this garage full of things, this garage full of gadgets and gizmos and all sorts of stuff, and they're not able to sell it. They end up overloaded with inventory, and they haven't yet developed the skills to actually turn that into cash. Now, I always suggest that people start out with online business with affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing is a way that you can start to make money, and you can develop your online marketing skills. You can develop all the techniques and strengths that you need to be successful in business, and one day sell your own product, one day sell pretty much anything you want. But affiliate marketing, what it is selling other people's proven products. So you end up with a way to monetize your business with things that are already proven to sell. You don't have to do the research to see if it's going to work. You just need to focus on the fundamentals of marketing. And if you're ready to get started today and you don't want to waste a whole bunch of money on products, you don't want to have a whole bunch of inventory sitting around, you don't want this huge startup cost with unproven things and increase the likelihood of failure, I've actually put a link in the descriptions to some free training that you can get to learn how you can begin to make $100 to $300 a day with affiliate marketing, selling other people's proven products. So again, the 5 mistakes that you should avoid when starting an online business are picking the wrong business, trying to make the perfect plan, trying to do it alone, jumping into the wrong partnership, and finally, starting with a product. So, question, which one of these 5 have you committed in your business? Or do you have other mistakes that you would suggest that you've gone through or seen others go through that you'd like to mention? Let me know in the comments, and if you have value from this video, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.